If you worked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without a single second of sleep, you would still never be as rich as the person who owns the building you're working in. Think about that for a second. If hard work was the secret to wealth, every construction worker, every single mother working 3 jobs, and every janitor in the world would be a billionaire, but they aren't. In fact, the hardest working people in our society are often the ones struggling the most just to pay rent. The work hard narrative is the biggest lie ever sold to the middle class. It's a trap designed to keep you running on a hamster wheel while someone else collects the profit from your exhaustion. Today, I will be showing you the brutal truth about why your effort has almost zero correlation with your bank account, and the 3 specific things you actually need to focus on if you want to stop trading your life for a paycheck. If you're tired of grinding and seeing no results, stop what you're doing and watch this until the very end, because the last 5 minutes of this video will completely change the way you view money. We've been conditioned from birth to believe in the meritocracy myth. From the time you're in kindergarten, you're told that if you study hard, get good grades, and work hard at a good job, you'll be successful. But look around. The world is full of exhausted, hard-working people who are broke. Meanwhile, there are people making millions while they sleep, traveling the world, or spending time with their families. The reason for this disconnect is simple. The economy doesn't pay you for your hard work. The economy pays you for the value you provide, and more importantly, how difficult it is to replace you. Imagine 2 people. Person A is a manual laborer who carries heavy stones up a hill all day in the sun. He works 10 times harder than anyone else. Person B is an engineer who builds a pulley system that moves 1,000 stones in an hour with the press of a button. Who gets rich? It's not the person who sweated more, it's the person who used leverage. Hard work is a linear input. If you work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. This is the time for money trap. The problem with this model is that your time is finite. You only have 24 hours in a day. Even if you worked every single one of those hours at a high hourly rate, your income has a hard ceiling. You're essentially a battery being drained by a system that will replace you the moment you run out of juice. To get rich, you have to break the link between your time and your money. You have to move from linear income to exponential income. This brings us to the concept of leverage. There are 4 main types of leverage that the wealthy use to stay ahead. The first is labor. This is the oldest form of leverage, having other people work for you. But labor is messy and hard to manage. The second is capital. This is using money to make money, investing in assets that pay you while you sleep. But you need money to start with capital. The third and fourth types of leverage are the most powerful for the average person today: code and media. These are permissionless leverage. You don't need a boss to tell you that you can write a piece of software or record a video. Once you create a piece of content or a digital product, it works for you 24/7, 365 days a year, across the entire globe with 0 marginal cost of reproduction. While you are working hard at your 9 to 5, someone else is spending their time building a money machine using these forms of leverage. They might work less than you in terms of physical hours, but their output is thousands of times greater because they aren't using their hands, they are using systems. But there's a psychological trap here too. It's called the rat race cycle. Most people believe that if they just work harder and get a promotion, they'll finally be wealthy. But what happens? You get a 10% raise and suddenly you want a 10% nicer car. You get a bonus and you move into a bigger apartment. This is lifestyle inflation. You are working harder, but you are staying in the exact same spot because your expenses are rising to meet your income. You are essentially running faster on the treadmill, but the treadmill is moving at the same speed in the opposite direction. To win, you have to jump off the treadmill entirely. Today, I will be breaking down the 3 shifts you need to make right now. Shift number 1. Focus on equity, not salary. You will never get rich renting out your time. You must own a piece of a business, an asset, or a brand. Ownership is where the wealth is. When you have a salary, you are an expense on someone else's balance sheet. When you have equity, you own the machine. Shift number 2.
Specific knowledge. If you can be trained to do your job, eventually a machine or someone cheaper can be trained to do it too. You want to build skills that feel like play to you but look like work to others. This is specific knowledge. It's at the intersection of your unique talents and the needs of the market. When you are the only person who can do what you do, the market has to pay you whatever you ask. Shift number 3, scalability. Ask yourself, can the work I'm doing today scale? If you're a massage therapist, you can't scale. You only have 2 hands. But if you start a school for massage therapists or create a digital course teaching the world your technique, you have scaled. You've taken your knowledge and detached it from your physical presence. The truth is, hard work is actually a requirement, but it's not the source of wealth. You have to work hard on the right things. Working hard on a dead-end job is like trying to drive to the moon in a Honda Civic. It doesn't matter how hard you press the gas, you're never going to get there because you're in the wrong vehicle. Most people spend 40 years of their lives working for a dream they don't even believe in, just to survive. They think they are being responsible, but the most irresponsible thing you can do is give away the prime years of your life to a system that doesn't care if you're broke the moment you retire. If you want to change your life, you have to change your inputs. Stop looking for more hours to work and start looking for more leverage to apply. Stop being the laborer and start being the architect. Now, if you found this valuable, you need to understand exactly how to start building that leverage. I've spent hundreds of hours researching the strategies used by the top 1% to break free from the 9-to-5 grind. If you want to see the specific blueprints on how to transition from a worker to an owner, make sure you've joined our community. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications because in my next few videos, I'm going to be diving deep into the exact assets you should be buying right now to build your own money machine. Don't just work hard, work smart, work once, and let the systems do the rest. The path to wealth isn't paved with sweat, it's paved with strategy. I'll see you in the next one.